Success doesn't strike like lightning, it builds quietly, one small decision at a time. The people who consistently achieve their goals don't rely on luck or raw talent. They've discovered something far more powerful, the invisible force of daily habits. If you want to understand why some people rise to the top while others struggle to get started, stop looking at their biggest moments. Instead, look at what they do when nobody is watching. Look at their mornings, look at their evenings, look at the small, repeatable choices they make every single day. Wake up with intention before the world does. The most successful people in the world understand one truth: morning silence is gold. They don't hit snooze, they don't grab their phones. Instead, they claim the early hours as sacred time. Business leaders, entrepreneurs, and achievers wake up before dawn, not because they love early mornings, but because those hours belong entirely to them. No emails, no meetings, no noise. This quiet window is where their day truly begins. When you wake early, something shifts mentally. Your willpower is fresh. Your mind is clear. Your energy hasn't been scattered by other people's demands. Successful people use this window to protect what matters most. Whether it's 30 minutes of movement, quiet meditation, journaling, or simply planning the day ahead, the morning sets the tone. It signals to yourself, I'm in control, I'm intentional. Nothing happens to me by accident. The benefit extends far beyond feeling accomplished. Waking early gives you a head start before the chaos begins. It's the difference between playing offense and playing defense. Most people wake up reacting to whatever comes their way. Successful people wake up acting on what they've already decided matters. Move your body before you move your mind. Exercise isn't optional for successful people. It's non-negotiable. Whether it's a morning run, a workout session, yoga, or a simple walk, movement happens first thing. The reason isn't vanity or health obsession, though those are benefits. The reason is clarity and momentum. Physical exercise floods your brain with neurochemicals that reduce stress, sharpen focus, and boost mood. You literally feel capable. This is why you'll find the busiest people making time for movement. They understand that an hour spent exercising often saves them 3 hours elsewhere through increased efficiency. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, works out before dawn. Barack Obama maintained his fitness routine even during his presidency. Anna Wintour plays tennis every morning. These aren't fitness enthusiasts. They're busy people who've learned that movement is the fuel that powers everything else. The beautiful part, it doesn't need to be intense. A 10-minute walk, some stretching, or simple calisthenics counts. What matters is that you move intentionally. Your body needs to wake up before your mind can fully activate. Once that happens, you feel ready. You feel strong. You feel like you can handle whatever comes. They start their day by checking emails, scrolling social media, or jumping into whatever feels urgent. Successful people do the opposite. They identify their single most important task before they do anything else. This is the work that moves the needle. This is the work that actually matters. They tackle this priority when their mental energy is highest, usually in the first 2 to 3 hours. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't check their phone. They don't multitask. They focus. This is what productivity experts call deep work, and it's where real progress lies. The rest of your day can be reactive, but this block belongs to your biggest goal. The habit solves a critical problem. Our brains are wired to take the path of least resistance. If you don't protect your most important work, your day gets consumed by urgent but unimportant tasks. Emails feel urgent. Messages feel urgent. The things that actually move your life forward rarely feel urgent. Successful people know this. They schedule their priority work like an unmissable meeting. They show up whether they feel inspired or not. Feed your mind as seriously as you feed your body. Learning isn't something that happens in school and then stops. For successful people, learning is oxygen. Reading is fundamental. Warren Buffett spends approximately 80% of his day reading. Bill Gates reads about 50 books per year. The common thread, they treat learning as a non-negotiable habit, not a luxury activity for when they have spare time. Reading expands perspective. It exposes you to ideas you wouldn't naturally encounter. It allows you to learn from other people's experience, saving you years of trial and error. Whether it's business books, biographies, or articles in your field, few pages each day compounds into massive knowledge over time. 10 pages daily equals nearly 4 books per year. 4 books per year for a decade equals 40 books of specialized knowledge. That knowledge changes you, but it goes deeper than accumulation. Reading before bed helps signal to your brain that the workday is over. It creates a boundary between work and rest. Successful people understand that how you end your day matters as much as how you start it. A calming reading routine, instead of doom scrolling or work emails, protects your sleep quality. And sleep is foundational to everything. Reflect and reset before you rest. At the end of each day, successful people pause. They don't just collapse into bed hoping tomorrow goes better. They reflect, what went well? What was hard? What will I do differently? This isn't self-torture or overthinking. It's strategic learning. Reflection creates a feedback loop. Without it, you repeat the same mistakes. You coast through days without noticing patterns. With reflection, you learn, you adjust, you improve. This habit prevents the drift that catches most people. Days blur together until months have passed and nothing has changed. The practice can be simple. A one-sentence journal, 3 quick questions before sleep, a 5-minute conversation with yourself about the day. It doesn't require therapy-level analysis. It requires honest awareness. This awareness compounds. After 30 days, you've learned 30 lessons. After a year, you've learned 365 lessons. That's 365 course corrections that the unreflective person never makes. Successful people also know they can't perform on empty. They build rest and recovery into their schedules with the same intention they schedule work. They don't wait for burnout to force a break. They rest strategically. They understand that consistency beats intensity. A sustainable pace maintained forever beats an unsustainable sprint that crashes. The system that actually works. Here's what separates successful people from everyone else. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. Motivation is unreliable. You wake up some days without it. You face obstacles and it evaporates. Successful people know this. They build habits that work even when inspiration has disappeared. They wake up, not because they feel like it, but because they've decided. They exercise not when they feel energetic, but because it's scheduled. They prioritize not when it feels convenient, but because they've committed. The system removes the decision-making. Your brain doesn't need to convince itself. It just follows the track you've laid. This is why successful people seem disciplined. They're not necessarily more disciplined than anyone else. They've just outsourced discipline to habit. They've built scaffolding around their lives so fewer hard choices need to be made each day. When fewer choices exist, willpower goes further. When willpower goes further, consistency becomes possible. You don't need to adopt everything at once. Start with one habit, get that solid. Let it become automatic. Then add the next. This is how lasting change actually happens. Not through one perfect day, not through motivation and inspiration, through small decisions repeated relentlessly until they become invisible. Your next 24 hours start now. Success isn't complicated. It's not found in secret techniques or elite coaching. It's found in habits so simple that most people dismiss them. Wake up earlier, move your body, protect your important work, feed your mind, reflect on your progress, rest intentionally. Do these things tomorrow. Do them again the next day. Do them for a month, then a year, then a decade. That's the entire formula. The people at the top aren't operating with different rules. They've simply decided that these habits matter more than comfort, more than convenience, more than the temporary pull of distraction. You have access to the exact same 24 hours they do. The question isn't whether these habits work. The question is whether you'll implement them consistently enough to find out. Your future self is being created right now through the choices you make in the next few hours. Make those choices count.